I am the Advocate, and this is my ongoing series to cover every classic Euro PlayStation demo disc. Last time I went over every disc from 36 to 54 from the official UK PlayStation magazine. So this time, we will continue from disc 55, all the way up to disc 73. We're deep in the blue era of these Euro demo discs, and that isn't changing anytime soon. Picking up where we left off, here's disc 55, released in February 2000. The demos on here are Ace Combat 3, Highway to the Electrosphere, Eagle 1, Highway to the Harrier Attack. Wait, hold on. Formula 1 99, Looking Good Schumacher, Action Man Mission Extreme, GTA for little kids, Music 2000, create your own Turn of the Millennium tunes on your PlayStation. There's also previews for Colony Wars Red Sun, Gran Turismo 2, Micromaniacs, and Team Buddies. And we finish off the disc with YVJ, a visualizer for your music CDs. Next is disc 56, released in March 2000. As for the demos, we have Le Mans 24 Hours. Yes, you can simulate the entire 24-hour event if you really want to. Roll Cage Stage 2. Sorry, no contest this time. Space Debris. Sony's answer to Nintendo's Star Fox 64. Colony Wars Red Sun. Kinda wishing I made a space shooter counter at this point. Demolition Racer. No, come on, I just made a joke about too many space shooter games. I don't want to have to make another one about bad racing knockoffs too. You'll also find previews for Cool Borders 4, Ghoul Panic, Grandia, and Medieval 2. And we also get some more downloadable saves. Going green temporarily with disc 57, released in April 2000. There's more demos on here, such as Demolition Racer. Why are you making me play the same bad game twice? Micromaniacs, the sequel to Micro Machines without the Micro Machines. Player Manager 2000. Yes, we shall not make a regular football game, but a football management game. I'll bet nobody's ever thought of this before. Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey. Now you can be a pinball wizard in more ways than one. Renegade Racers. Somebody saw the nightmare characters from Supersonic Racers and wanted more. We also have previews for Colony Wars Red Sun, N-Gen Racing, Radical Bikers, Siphon Filter 2, and WWF SmackDown. There's also a save for LMA Manager that updates all the team rosters. Back to blue with disc 58, released in May 2000. With some new music that will be with us for the rest of the magazine's demo discs, let's see the new demos. We have Everybody's Golf 2. So it's not Mario Golf, but gosh darn it, they tried. Medieval 2. Sir Fortescue comes back from the dead again, to stop an evil sorcerer again. He's not getting paid enough for this. Urban Chaos. I don't know, this seems more like a suburban tiff to me. UEFA Champions League 2000. Yes, the officially sponsored football game was losing to FIFA. WWF SmackDown. Expect a lot of pixelated grunting and sweating. Don't forget the previews. We have Colin McRae Rally 2.0, Muppet Race Mania, Spider-Man, Star Ixiom, and WTC World Touring Cars. Now let's see disc 59, released in June 2000. The first magazine demo disc released in Ireland. The demos on here include Euro 2000. Yes, there were two officially sponsored football games released in 2000 and both lost to FIFA. Muppet Race Mania. Eat my dust, Miss Piggy! Star Ixiom. It's another space shooter, but it's okay, there's a star map now. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, winning the hearts of gamers everywhere by performing virtual kickflips. World Championship Snooker. Oh, somebody throw a pie or something, please. As for the previews, there's In Cold Blood, Hogs of War, Star Ocean 2, and Vampire Hunter D. This should be interesting. Disc 60, released in July 2000. The demos on this summer disc include Colin McRae Rally 2.0, go on another world tour to find the best dirt roads, Jedi Power Battles, essentially Streets of Rage with the Star Wars theme, N-Gen Racing, combining the dogfighting genre with racing wasn't a bad idea, Street Fighter EX2 Plus, Street Fighter goes polygonal, Hogs of War, go ham and blow up some pigs. The previews include Destruction Derby Raw, Moho, Tomby 2, Ronaldo v Football, and In Cold Blood. We also get some more downloadable saves. Here's Disc 61, released in August 2000. We've got more demos, which are Destruction Derby Raw, the game Demolition Racer wished it could be. Vib Ribbon, a casual rhythm game that can keep you addicted for as long as your music CDs hold out. Silent Bomber, which sounds like an oxymoron to me. Star Trek Invasion, which kind of feels like a Colony Wars Total Conversion mod. Moho, I don't think it knows what game it really wants to be. There's also previews for Titan AE, Galarians, Grind Session, Vanishing Point, and Tenchu 2. There's also more downloadable saves. Let's take a look at Disc 62, released in September 2000. This promises to be an interesting one. The demos here are Rayman 2, in which Rayman spites a pirate robot thing. Spider-Man, you know it's good because the Tony Hawk's people made it. Tenchu 2, what if Metal Gear Solid was even more Japanese and had a mission editor? Toka World Touring Cars, driving stock cars and Formula 1 circuits, what's not to love? Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour, Mario Kart if it took place in Disneyland. The previews include Infestation, Mil Miglia, Sydney 2000, Revolt 2, and X-Men Mutant Academy. And let's not forget those downloadable saves. How does Disc 63 follow up? Released in October 2000, the demos on here include Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. No, this isn't the good BMX game, just wait for that. Formula 1 2000, they are really pushing these graphics now. Grind Session, and here come the Tony Hawk clones. Mr. Driller, we're all still confused as to why this game made its way onto the PlayStation Classic Mini. Sydney 2000, I don't remember Australia being this polygonal back in 2000. Terracon, just your usual story of a super AI space station trying to control the galaxy, bog standard stuff. As for the previews, we have Driver 2, Ducati Life, LMA Manager 2001, and the unreleased Superman. Oh look, more downloadable saves. Moving on to Disc 64, released in November 2000. With more demos to play, we have Action Man Destruction X, GTA 2 for little kids, Driver 2, GTA 2 for teenagers, I guess, Incredible Crisis, a day in the life of the world's unluckiest family, In Cold Blood, James Bond meets Broken Sword, Snowcross Championship Racing. It surprises me that the number of sled racing games on the PS1 is greater than 1. X-Men Mutant Academy. Why bother with this when Marvel vs. Capcom is a thing? There's also previews, which include Alien Resurrection, Dino Crisis 2, Legend of Dragoon, Prince Nassim Boxing, and This Is Football 2. There's also multi-language saves for Tenchu 2. Now we're on to Disc 65, released in December 2000. We're still seeing new demos, which on here include Crash Bash, Mario Party This Ain't, Jungle Book Groove Party. Disney takes a crack at a DDR game for the PS1 before Konami can release their own. This Is Football 2. Well, I didn't think it was Crochet. Prince Nassim Boxing. The polygonal character models gives you an extra challenge of trying to figure out if your opponent is looking banged up because of you or the bad graphics. Spyro Year of the Dragon includes hot skateboarding action. Toka World Touring Cars does not include hot skateboarding action. We also have new previews such as Kudelka, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX, Muppet Monster Adventure, Monster Rancher, and the movie trailer for The World Is Not Enough, and more downloadable saves. This is 2000's Christmas disc, Disc 66. What did kids in 2000 get under their tree? Well, there's MTV Sports Pure Ride. Hello fellow cool kids, look at us do the snow surfing. The Mummy. Brendan Fraser, what did they do to you? Alex Ferguson's Player Manager 2001. Not that anyone supports Manchester United anymore. UEFA Champions League 2001. I really wish they'd give it a rest with the football games. I'm running out of football related jokes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I can't use Phone a Friend, I don't have any friends. As always, the previews, which are Sheep, WWF SmackDown 2, 321 Smurf, and Motor Racer World Tour. Starting off 2001 with January's Disc 67. This one's packed with demos, which include Asterix, The Gallic War, which can be considered a discount risk. Bugs Bunny and Taz, Time Busters. Someone must have loved Bugs' time-traveling adventure so much that they went and had another one. Chicken Run, Metal Gear Poultry. Cricket 2000, baseball for posh folks. Frogger 2, wow, the graphics are nicer now. Frogger doesn't constantly look like roadkill anymore. Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man World with a gender bend mod. Revolt 2. Now why couldn't these guys have been in charge of making Toy Story Racer? Time Crisis Project Titan. It's more Time Crisis on your PlayStation, what else can I say? There's also a couple of previews, which are Spyro 3 and Tomb Raider Chronicles. After that is Disc 68, released in February 2001. Featuring the best demos of 2000, we have Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. Yeah, this is the good one. Driver 2, the premier car chasing game. Legend of Dragoon, a Final Fantasy knockoff that's actually really good. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Imagine the skin grafts Tony's acquired by now. Spyro 3. Imagine the skin grafts Spyro can give you. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? We can't ask the audience, nobody's in the audience. Don't forget the previews, which are for Ready to Rumble 2, Warriors of Might and Magic, and World Destruction League's War Jets and Thunder Tanks. It's time to dive into Disc 69, released in March 2001. Oddly enough, only featuring 2 demos, which are Batman of the Future, Return of the Joker. What, the PlayStation couldn't give us one decent Batman game? Muppet Monster Adventure. Yeah, I think the Muppets are scary enough as it is, thanks. The rest of the disc is just previews, which are The Emperor's New Groove, Army Men Air Attack 2, Army Men Land Sea Air, Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2, ISS Pro 2, C-12 Final Resistance, Ready to Rumble 2, and Burr's Trick. Moving on to Disc 70, released in April 2001. Another disc that only has 2 demos to speak of. These are C-12 Final Resistance. It tried so hard to be different. Libero Grande 2. It tried so hard to be different. And the rest are more previews, which are for California Water Sports, Fatal Fury, Freestyle Scooter, Panzer Front, Power Rangers, Rugrats in Paris, and Samurai Showdown. Let's check out Disc 71, released in May 2001. At this point, the magazine started putting more repeats in to pad out the discs. The demos on here are Pipe Mania 3D, just in case you really like that pipe puzzle game from the old Microsoft Entertainment Pack. Sheepdog and Wolf, an interestingly tricky sheep rustling game. Metal Gear Solid, for when you want more stealth than Sheepdog and Wolf can offer. WWF SmackDown, say hello to the floor. Soul Reaver, if only Tomb Raider were a Metroidvania. Twisted Metal, featuring that marvelous clown. As for the previews, they include Black and White, Mort the Chicken, Final Fantasy IX, and Alone in the Dark 4. This is Disc 72, released in June 2001. It's mostly repeats with the occasional new demo from now on. As for this disc, we have Alone in the Dark 4, the game that reckons it can Resident Evil better than Resident Evil. Asterix Mega Madness, the game that feels like it is very late to the party. Toka2 Touring Cars, for the British racing enthusiast. Medieval 2, in which Sir Fortescue informs his tenant that raising the dead isn't covered by the lease agreement. Abe's Exodus, in which Abe makes a complaint that his Soulstorm brew has too much bone in it. Music 2000, I want to hear your arrangements. Destruction Derby, featuring all the cars that didn't make the cut on the stress test at the factory. There's also some previews, which include ISS Pro 2, Simpsons Wrestling, and Mort the Chicken. Lastly, we have Disc 73, released in July 2001. The start of the Yellow Spine era, which will continue for the rest of the magazine's disc lineup. The demos on here include Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX, Tony Hawk does bike tricks, Toy Story Racer, and he's gonna wonder why RC's batteries are always flat. Lego Island 2, in which Pepper questions why the island even has a police force when the Brickster is always escaping jail. World Championship Snooker. I like to put this on when I can't seem to fall asleep. Speed Freaks. The physics of these karts still baffles me. Formula 199. Fast car goes brrrr. ISS Pro Evolution 2. If you're struggling to decide which of the many PS1 football games to go for, this is one of the better ones. Now let's see the previews. They are for Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX and Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX Maximum Remix. That's the end of that stretch of demo discs. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more classic PlayStation demo disc nostalgia. You can find my coverage of all previous demo discs, as well as a playlist where I go over every one of these discs in depth. There's a link to my Discord in the description, where you can chat with me and other PlayStation enthusiasts. There's also a link down there for those of you who would like to toss a bit of coffee money my way. I'm the Advocate, and I hope I scratch a nostalgic itch for you.